like, yo, when these vlog views get trash, I gotta get you pregnant. Like, when money's getting scarce, I need to just start busting nuts because.
Yo, hold on. All right. Holy shit. I don't know if this is going to be the intro, but goddamn, this is the most authentic way I can convey this. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever since this pandemic has shooken the earth, the entire entertainment industry, we are doing a live episode from the Cash App compound here in Culver City, California, with our inaugural. Yeah, I got to say it. This is our inaugural. Hold up. Syllables. Peanut butter on my. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich earlier.
Yeah, no shit.
Our inaugural guest for our first episode back. Cash App compound. We got Timothy DeLaGhetto.
Bruh, I'm your first guest back in 6 months?
Yeah.
So much pressure.
You're local, baby. This is great.
I hadn't planned on being like entertaining or funny at all. I just wanted to like say what's up.
Neither did I, so we're leaving it to him, and that's bad. That ain't good.
But hold on. We always have an official intro that I'd like to, start with, but I'm just excited. He's a rapper, a comedian, an actor, a YouTube content creator with over 5 million subscribers across all his channels, one of the founding cast members on Wild 'N Out, watch it all the time growing up, and co-host of Basic to Bougie, Send Foods, and MTV's Animal Style. Somebody that I actually got to spend like 2 weeks with, which was some of the funniest time on or off camera that I've ever spent with anybody in LA. On Escape the Night. No, we were sitting in that trailer with like 7 other YouTubers I had never met. This was Joey Graceffa's show it was like the first YouTube original that they did. And I had never met Tim before. Yeah. And I was fucking crying. Like my stomach just hurt just from his like one-off comments or his like zany anything. He just slip it in there. It was fucking great.
Bro, I was so glad you were there because I remember making these jokes when we were shooting because like that show's like a weird loosely improvised, like you're supposed to be in this world, so it's kind of improvised, right? And I was making these jokes and like you were the only one that was laughing at them, and I remember like we're supposed to be in character and shit, so I would say something that I knew was funny, right? And then Matt was the only one that would be like and then I'm like, oh, thank God someone's here that gets what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it was an interesting group of people, like taken from different areas of YouTube, and I think you were probably one of the few people that had experience with improv or that format of show, or just even be in that position to act. I mean, I know Justine has done scripted things on television before, but when I think about everyone that was there, I think you were one of the few.
You know, man, I'm just trying to get the check, bro. You know.
Hey, aren't we all?
Well, we didn't get a check from that show, or at least I didn't.
But I know who we did get a check from, and that's our friends over at Cash App. We're live from the 100 Thieves Cash App compound. And as we always show love back to them, if you don't use Cash App, then, well, fuck you. That's literally, if you haven't heard that, that's literally what they
allow us to say.
Matt came up with that, and they were like, we love that.
Word.
So we're going to keep it.
Yeah, so if you aren't following Cash App on Twitch, make sure you are, because you're missing out on a lot of opportunities to win free cash and watch some of your favorite creators. Also, if you didn't know this, you've not been watching our podcast. If it's your first time here, thank you for being here. But if you've been watching our podcast and not done this yet, then what the hell are you doing? If you sign up for Cash App and use the promo code THIEVES, THIEVES, you go ahead and get $10 for yourself, but then also Cash App will send $10 to the Gamers Outreach Foundation. The Gamers Outreach Foundation provides video games to kids dealing with long-term treatment in hospitals. So it's pretty simple. It's a win-win. You use the promo code THIEVES, you get $10, and children in hospitals with long-term treatment get $10 for video games and the cards that they make. It's absolutely awesome. So be sure to download Cash App from the App Store or Google Play Store today.
Tim, do you have Cash App?
I do have Cash App.
Shit, I was going to try to get you to sign up. $10 for kids in hospitals, and you get $10 too. If you guys haven't done it by yet, we fucking hate you, truly. Yeah, I mean, you are just a terrible... Unless you're in a region where you can't download. Then that's true.
Then move!
Why the hell you got a flight? Book a flight, get there, you get $10 back. Then you're set.
All right, so this is what usually happens when you're filming a podcast with a guest. You'll sit here, you'll bullshit till the producers are ready to go, and you'll talk about way too many things that are great topics for the podcast. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Tim, lives on the internet and is always discussing current events, what's happening in his life, all these things. So we're probably going to cover things that you talk about daily. But the first thing that comes to mind is just the changes in your life. You're
Word.
having a baby.
I'm having a fucking baby, bro.
After all this time in the entertainment industry, are you ready for the family channel that you are going to embark on and just print cash with?
You know what's crazy is I've been joking with my wife even before she was my wife that like, yo, when these vlog views get trash, I gotta get you pregnant. Like when money's getting scarce, I need to just start busting nuts because
Yo.
Hold on.
No, I timed that. I waited for you to take a sip for me to say that.
All calculated.
You don't actually have COVID. That way, I think I had dragon fruit go down my windpipe. If you're hurting for cash, just bust some nuts. You know, I don't know if that works in a lot of different places besides your situation.
True. But you know what? It's crazy that it's like 100%. It's like it's totally true. And that's not why we got pregnant. It was kind of like, you know,
That's the reason I'm gonna get pregnant.
Yeah.
do it, dude.
3 months from now, Matt's got twins on the way, bro. That should hit.
Just rent some, dog. But yeah, we were married for like 2 years now, and then we were kind of thinking at the beginning of the year that like if it happened this year, we wouldn't be upset about it. And you know the Rona happened, and we were home, and we were just kind of looking like, you know what? I'm gonna be home. We're not going nowhere. Let's do it. And we timed it all out too. Like a lot of people are trying for like 6 months before they can like get pregnant. And I think she was measuring her like ovulation and her fertility. And then as soon as she was fertile, like she woke me up at like 6 a.m. like, we got to do it. And I was like, oh, all right, let me take a shit. And then we and then we could get it in. And then we tried for like a week, and then she was pregnant.
Now I gotta ask: was there any music being played? And if there was music played, what song do you think you conceived a child with too?
You know what? There wasn't music.
Yeah, I don't turn on music anymore either.
Yeah,
You do it like at the beginning when it's like romantic.
Right, trying to
but-
set the mood.
Yeah.
It's not when you're like, especially when you've been together for a while and you're doing it for like a goal. It's like, all right, let's do this.
We're
You
just
know?
like, all right, it's a handshake.
You look like a surgeon going in for surgery.
Yeah, I know, right?
You got that on clockwork. But no, congratulations. That's so exciting. I mean, right now we were joking about the family channel stuff, but I can't even imagine how exciting it must be to because like being in this industry for one, because it's, you know, something that your fans will get so excited about. 'Cause I know, I'm sure you got such an outpouring of support when you announced, but then also I love the idea of family channels to be able to look back and see your life from those moments with your newborn up until however long you wind up running the channel. I think that is one of the coolest parts.
I'd be terrified though of like a Macaulay Culkin situation, right? Because like, of course, yeah, I want to steal my kid's money. Like if that kid starts making more money than me, I'm dipping into that account and that trust fund. But the situation that I'd be afraid of is if this kid grows up to be like a really introspective prick, if he's gonna be mad at me for monetizing the shit out of his life. Like, Dad, those should have been my memories and my memories only.
Right. He's like, you totally just what's the word? Like I used him for his, what's the word? There's a word. Exploited me.
Yeah,
he's like, Dad, you exploited me my whole life. And like, yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely think there's a balance that you got to keep. You know what I'm saying? Even when I vlog now, like even when the views aren't popping, I like vlogging because like you said, I like being able to look back at the end of the year and kind of like looking back at a highlight reel of my life. Because obviously I cut all the like serious shit. I cut all like the sad shit, you know what I'm saying? So I can look back on like my 2018 and see all these like really happy, fun moments and accomplishments. I'm like, wow, this is cool, you know? Yeah. And then so now that we're gonna have this baby, not only is it like gonna make money, which is crazy, but it's also gonna be, you know, cool to look back on a little, you know, America's Funniest Home Videos that everybody's watching, you know?
Do you think it's something that you'll do every day?
Nah, I can't vlog every day. Like I tried that way back in like, I don't know, like 2010 or something like that. And it's exhausting.
It's not healthy.
Yeah. And then everybody in your life like starts to despise you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
There's resentment. Like,
yeah.
Get this fucking camera
Get the camera out of my face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of just, I whip it out here and there. And, I what I do now that a lot of like vloggers don't do is I warn people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody wants to be on camera like that.
Yeah.
So my friends and my family, before I take the camera out, I'll be like, all right, y'all, vlog warning, so they can sit up straight and fix their hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Before I'm like, all right, guys, what's good? You know?
I wonder if the TikTok kids have that type of etiquette. I watched randomly. I watched like it popped up in my recommended. It was like Tanner Fox, like 6-month or 6-week transformation from skinny to jacked, and then he ends up. I didn't watch the whole thing. I skipped through it. And he ends up at a TikTok house like Weed Lake where the FaZe Clan used to live.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 kids just holding a DSLR to like their side, feeling like it's 2013 again.
Right.
And they're all just like standing in the background. It's like the Last Supper of vlogging. And I just wonder if they have that type of etiquette. What do you think about TikTok kids?
First of all, they definitely don't have that etiquette. I think they're all just like 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Which is, hey, if that's how you get your money, that's how you get your money, whatever. But TikTok kids. So I a long time ago, bro, when Vine popped off, I definitely felt like a little like like hatred towards Viners. You know, I feel like it was kind of like, these fucking kids. Like I've been cranking out 5-minute professionally shot sketches for years, and now this kid with his 6-second cell phone clip is at the same event as me, getting the same brand deals as me, and feeling a little salty, right? But then I had to learn to like, wait a second, man. Like, if there's a way for this young dude to get his money and get his name out there, why should I feel any type of resentment towards that? I found my way to make my money. He found his way to make his money. Especially when like quick tangent, right? When I first got on Wildin' Out, when they rebooted it, I was in the room with one of the OGs from Wildin' Out, and he was like, I think he was on something that morning, but he came in and he was like, y'all don't deserve to be on this show with me, because he had watched some YouTube content, and he was like, y'all, I've been doing stand up for this many years, blah blah blah, and then I realized, like, if I'm trying to hate on these Viners, that's what I'm doing, So look, man, it's definitely like, I don't know how to TikTok, but hey, let the kids have it,
Let the kids be kids, man.
Yeah.
No,
I get it.
I had to slow down my TikTok addiction because their algorithm is something fierce. I'm watching it, next thing you know, I'm like, oh wow, my fat ass has been scrolling through food videos, and I watch every single one because twice baked mac and cheese on a pizza is awesome. And I'm like, this is crazy. But what I think is like my favorite side of TikTok, which kind of fuses the two that you mentioned, is like the heavily produced and then the bite-sized content. Like,
yeah, I
think the thing that made TikTok so much bigger than Vine was that it was like that minute that you could have that full range of you can have that heavily produced stuff, whereas Vine was like these brief little 6-second stories, you're in, you're out. So some of my favorite creators on TikTok are those more built out, produced creators. There's one duo that will read like a comment and be like, go to here and do this, and then next thing you know, they're like showing them going to the store, buying the product, going to the location to shoot. It's like like ride down the river in an inflatable boat that's like from Amazon, and it's like just funny seeing what happens.
Interesting.
And so I do like how they fuse those two worlds between what you're mentioning and that. And it's funny seeing all these other platforms now copy it, like Reels
right
from Instagram is now here. I know YouTube plans to. I think they had a whole announcement that they're planning to do something similar now.
Yeah, I got the email.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, it never stops. It's like when something picks up, everyone starts jumping on it.
It's true.
My TikTok is golf and half naked women. That's all mine is.
In your TikToks that you make?
No. I wish.
Your feed.
No, it's crazy when you mention the algorithm, right? Because there's times where me and my girl will watch TikToks together, but like when I'm alone and I'm just scrolling through TikTok, like if there's a girl dancing and she looks good, I don't have enough willpower to just skip it.
Yeah.
Right? And so if I know I'm gonna be watching TikToks with my girl, I'll just, anytime it comes up, like as long as you don't get like a second in, if you skip it, the algorithm will get rid of it after maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So now I'm good. All of the women actually are off my TikTok. Now it's just like mid-20s TikTok. It's golf TikTok, and it's like trick shot TikTok.
Here's what you got to do, bro, is because when you go to TikTok and their algorithm just suggests all types of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Just click on the following tab instead of the recommended tab. There's like a tab as soon as you open it up.
I like the For You. The following.
I'm saying when you're with your chick.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, you're smarter than me.
Damn, whoa, that just blew my mind. Holy
Right.
shit.
Because then you can control what you're scrolling through.
That's like the #1 TikTok
This is
tip
gonna
I've
cause
ever
a
heard.
fight, dude.
Yeah, no, it for sure is. We have a little rundown of all of our guests that we wound up going in with, and a lot of people know Matt started work like his career prior to his career he was working at McDonald's, and on here it says you were actually fired from your job at California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah.
What I see why
How
you
do
got
get
fired on
fired
here.
from California.
But yeah,
Man.
what happened there?
First of all, no shade to California Pizza Kitchen. I still love the food
Give us a
there.
bag.
that place
if you
is
want.
lit.
It really is. I'm actually going there tomorrow to eat.
There you go.
But what happened was, okay, so I was a server at California Pizza Kitchen, and one day they made this announcement that they were switching the uniforms up. All right. So when I was working there, the uniforms were these white button-ups with like a red tie, black slacks, and I was like, I thought the shit looked cool, right? And so one day they were like, we're gonna change to no tie, black button-ups, black pants, and now I'm like, I would have been cool with that, but back then I felt like when I wore all black dressy stuff, it made me look extra short. So I was like, I don't want to wear this shit, right? So this was way back, bro. This had to be in like 2010, okay? So
I don't know why that reminded me. How old are you? 2000. You're still going? Homie, that's a compound sentence. No, okay, sorry, go ahead.
So
It's okay.
I tweeted them and
As
thinking,
any employee would do.
because well, look, Twitter wasn't even a huge what it is now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Back then, I tweeted their company. It was at Cal Pizza Kitchen at the time, and I was like, black button-ups are the lamest shit ever. I was work bored. Put my phone away, right? Then I get a DM, maybe that night, and they were like, thank you for your opinion on our new uniforms. What store do you work at? I was like, oh, shit. Deleted my tweet immediately, right? I'm like, not answering that. So I feel like a week later, I go into work, and the GM is there, the general manager. She's like, Tim, we need to talk. I'm like, what's good? She's like, I gotta let you go.
Oh my god.
And so apparently, here's what happened, right? The way they found me was on my Twitter. There was only a link to my YouTube, and my YouTube said I was from Long Beach, and this was at the Long Beach CPK.
Yo, they went this.
They went that deep, bro. Someone was pissed.
That's petty right there.
Super. So they contacted the Long Beach GM, and they were like, you got to fire this kid. One, because I guess there's some rule in the handbook back then that said you're not allowed to publicly defame the company in any way.
Oh, brother.
And then so they saw that tweet, and they also referenced a tweet where I said, time to go to work at California Pizza Kitchen. And that was one of the tweets cited as why they needed to fire me.
Yeah, well, listen. It's in the past now, so we're going to leave the person at corporate, whoever made that decision. I'd be surprised they're still working at California Pizza Kitchen.
Bruh.
But if I found that out and that was today, I would boycott California Pizza Kitchen.
Yo, well, so here's
That's
what
comedy gold.
I ended up making a video about it, right? And I was like, all right, y'all, everybody, when you watch this video, tweet at Cal Pizza Kitchen with the hashtag I was like, hashtag California Pizza Kitchen, or like black button-ups are lame, some shit, whatever I had them hashtag, right? And it was almost trending until somebody DM'd me, and they're like, hey man, you might want to be careful. Someone might consider that as like internet bullying if you're using your audience to. I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. Took the video down, took that part out. And then people tweet me regularly, though. There's this article in some, it might be like a textbook or some shit, where they reference me getting fired from California Pizza Kitchen because there's some new thing, according to the First Amendment, where that they wouldn't have been able to fire me for those tweets if it happened today. You know what I'm saying? So there's
2010, there's a 10-year. What was the window?
The internet was a wild, wild west back then.
No. What's that window of? It's like if you commit a crime and if they don't charge you within 10 years.
Oh, the statute of limitations.
Yeah, let's go get a bag.
How the hell did you just pull that out of your ass? That was impressive.
Thank you.
I was like, I had no idea.
I'll represent you.
What?
I'm good at Lauren.
Lauren.
You know how I pulled that out of my ass and bag right now? It's because there's an episode of Seinfeld, and I'm a big Seinfeld fan.
Always leave on a high.
Yeah, yeah. Where they're arguing whether it's statute of limitations or statute of limitations. So that's why that was in my head.
I think my favorite meme that came out of I love Seinfeld too. And what's shitty is that a lot of times I reference Seinfeld when I'm streaming. and a lot of my audience has never watched it. Actually, a lot of friends that I have that are my age and if not older have never watched, and I can't believe it because every single night with a small like 8-inch television. I mean, I'm being dead ass serious. This thing is it was like 4 iPhones on a screen for nowadays references. Crazy. And it was always in the kitchen. It was King of the Hill. I just had a berry fly out of my mouth. It was King of the Hill, then it was The Simpsons, and then it was Seinfeld on right afterwards. And so, or Seinfeld was first. And my favorite meme that came out of the Travis Scott, like, I don't know if you actually go on TikTok, but it's, you know why I'm here, and then they crank sicko mode. And then it's like George Costanza standing in front of the soup Nazi, and he's like, Travis Scott sent me, or you know why I'm here. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking gold. People don't understand how incredible Seinfeld actually was.
I love Seinfeld, bro.
You ever get a chance to meet Jerry?
No, have you?
In the world of comedy? No, I wish.
Oh, I was like, wow.
I feel like you're closer to that world. I mean, coming from comedic roots.
Yeah, but he don't really like fuck with that world at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He even he made a statement one time where he was basically saying like YouTube content is like trash. You know what I'm saying?
He's a
I'm paraphrasing though.
He's a tough critic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always had some moments where he says some things. I'm like, what the fuck? That don't sound like the Jerry I know.
I mean, he's so rich.
Yeah.
Say whatever he wants.
Man. You really can't say whatever you want when you're rich. I think Kanye West is like a perfect example of that. I mean, I actually have met Kanye West, and the interaction, had some good, had some interesting. But overall, the people that I know around Kanye West that I've met are great people. So you can't get a glimpse into somebody's life just by one passing or another.
Yeah.
But the fact that he went through like 7 PDFs of contractual obligations and legal documents, and he's like, I can't upload the PDFs, and then he goes and downloads and uploads every single individual page. That shit was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen on Twitter in my 10 years history of being there.
He tweeted like, I'm only wearing Nikes until I get on the Adidas board yesterday. Yeah. And then he said, the first thing he'll do when he gets on the Adidas board is do a collaboration with Nike. And I'm like, what is going on right now? But hey, you know what? I love that. I know Matt was super excited when he got to meet Kanye. I've had my fair share of people that I've got to meet. That was crazy. Who's your standout person that blew your mind when maybe you were on the come up or now that you were like, I can't believe that just happened?
Oh, okay. Well, I met a lot of cool people just from doing Wild 'N Out, you know. I think it was dope to be on stage with like Big Boy from Outkast. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy because I loved Outkast growing up. But I feel like one of my favorite people I've ever met that kind of like I was actually like a little starstruck. It wasn't even doing any type of filming or anything. I was randomly in an airport and I met Stevie Wonder.
No shit.
Which was crazy. Wow. Like it was super late flight and we were both kind of like walking towards the same area and I was like, holy shit, I think this is Stevie Wonder in front of me, right? And just tapped him, asked for a picture, like a little fanboy, and then that was it, man.
That's awesome.
It was dope. No, it was amazing. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Shit.
2 questions in regards to Wild 'N Out. I don't know why I was thinking about In-N-Out. Wild 'N Out, and I'm sure you've gotten these a lot. One, when you guys are at the end of the show and you guys start dissing each other, is that shit pre-written, or you have to come up with it on the dome, or do you go up there with some material knowing what you're gonna say depending on who's there?
Well, it's like it's a little of both, right? Because people can choose to come up with stuff if you want, or you can freestyle, you know? What they'll do is they'll let you know the night before who's gonna be on the opposite team. So if you want to come up with shit, you can.
Yeah.
I usually would never really write anything for anybody, unless like I really came up with some fire that I needed to get off, you know what I'm saying? But like, I tell you this, there were definitely times where somebody would come up to me like when we were about to shoot that part, and they would come up to be like, yo, I got something for you. And in my head, I'd be like, oh, you just fucked up. Because then I'm like, okay, then I'm like looking them up and down. I already got like my rebuttal ready in my head, you know? Like this one dude, he came up to me, this cat Tonio, and he came up to me and he was like, all right, yo, look, I'm going to say this and this and this to you, right? I was like, cool. And I just like walked off, and then of course when he said it to me, like I killed him, you know what I'm saying? But I was like in my head, I was like, you shouldn't have did that, bro.
That was a mistake. My second question after leading up to that, well, I would be fucking nervous if I was ever in that situation. I was nervous on Escape the Night because I had never done a production like that.
Right.
But when you and the Wild 'N Out crew were going through these stints of filming, did you guys go out and like party after, or was it all just business?
Yeah, no, I mean it all depended on if if you had the energy to, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we would shoot like 3 episodes a day if it was a really heavy day. So you'd be just like exhausted, you know, because each episode shoots for like 2 hours. And then it's just so much energy that you're giving out every episode. So sometimes after like a full day like that, you'd be just dead. But then there were also days when it got like renewed enough and we knew that like MTV really effed with it. They gave us like these sweet like green rooms with like basketball courts and like an arcade and shit like that. So sometimes like after we got done shooting, Nick would just like DJ and it would just be like a party in the green room. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and there would be
dope.
alcohol there. We'd all just hang out, like all the cast, the Wild 'N Out girls and like everybody, right? But then there was the occasion where we'd be in a new city like New York or Atlanta and like a bunch of us would just go to the strip club and get a bottle or whatever. But for the most part, man, after like a couple nights of that, then I was like, yo, I'm exhausted.
I'm beat
I
right
kind
now.
of just want to sleep.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the episodes that Ricegum starred in? Did you watch it at all after you left? And if so, do you think he belonged there? What?
I feel like
Was it my deadpan
a
delivery?
loaded
I
question?
think
Is that a
you're.
loaded question?
I think it's a question. I feel like you're asking me, and you already.
Well, that just came to mind, but yeah, of course I'm trying to get a title.
Yeah, well,
let me make some money.
Well,
man.
here's the thing. I'll tell you this, right? Me and like so once me and Wild 'N Out broke up, and then they brought on Ricegum for a couple episodes or whatever. Well, they brought him on. I think they tried him out, right? And then they brought him on as like a cast member. And I know this. I know he hated it. Like he did not like being there. You know what I'm saying? If they like gave him episodes, he'd be like, "Oh, can I just do like 1 instead of 2 or whatever?" I definitely don't think he. What was the question?
Do you think he belonged there?
Nah, that's not his thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially like being on stage. Like I don't even know if he's used to doing anything like that.
And it's tough too. If
It's
you've
super
never
tough.
been in them waters before.
I've done all sorts of different on-camera stuff, multi-camera productions, like live studio shows, everything. I can't even imagine having to come up with on the fly, and it's like you gotta always be on because everyone else there. It's like I feel like everyone was trying to raise each other up, or you know, if people were popping off, you kind of had to come up with something fire too.
Yeah. So I I don't think he enjoyed it. I don't think it was something he liked doing.
I always thought that was an interesting transition. I mean, it wasn't a transition. It was an interesting career move because I actually fuck with Ricegum. When he first came up and he was on MLG TV back in the day before anybody knew who he was, I actually had resentment towards Ricegum because I left Twitch TV for a contract to go to this platform called MLG TV.
Yep.
Ricegum got banned from Twitch, so he went over to MLG TV. And instead of playing video games, he would just FaceTime girls and put them on FaceTime on the broadcast and just like shoot the shot or shoot the shit, whatever the case may be. And then as, you know, Ricegum, you know, continued to take that opportunity and build it bigger and bigger and bigger, and I actually got to kick it with him. I think Ricegum's actually a pretty chill fucking dude.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
And I just never expected him because there was like a year and a half where he was just the shit on YouTube. He was dominating, and it was the only person that people would be talking about. And then, you know, probably went through some creative blocks, stopped uploading. And when I saw him go over to Wild 'N Out after he did that fire commercial during the Super Bowl, I was like, man, this is kind of strange. Like, who was managing him? Or maybe that was a dream of his that he wanted to pursue. I don't know.
You know he's back uploading?
No, I didn't.
His channel's called Family Gum,
I came across that the other day
Is
too.
it?
and it's getting like 750,000 views a video.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's
It's like a whole. It's like it was. I guess he transitioned his second channel.
I guess.
And has uploaded there like really consistently. At least the last couple months from what I've seen. But yeah,
So it's like a family
It's got
vlog
900,000 subscribers. Only
and it's doing well, right? For
first date with my crush. She surprises me. 700,000 views 2 days ago.
shit bangs, bro.
Meeting my ex-girlfriend after 1 year, 1 week ago, 1.5 million. That's wild. Good for Ricegum. Good for him.
He's
Yeah,
still getting
bro.
the bag out there.
He's finding his place in the world, man. It's that family gum, dude. That
Bro.
Ace family money.
Dude, hey Matt, I'll say we're I can forget about Maddie if you're willing to forget about Haley. We could start a family.
I'll tell you what.
I'll
I'll
as
tell you
said
what.
I think you would say rent a baby before we started.
It could be like what's that movie with Kevin James and Adam Sandler?
Fuck, what is that one called?
They're like
With the
firefighters.
firefighters.
Yeah.
Something guy.
Jessica Biel butt. That's all I remember.
I now pronounce it Chuck and Larry.
Well, the thing
not
is,
other.
bro, the thing is, if we did that, we just wouldn't have consistent thumbnails, bro, because the women just have that beautiful look that you need to wrap it all in. I'm gonna dog early November, and I am disgusted with myself to say that I'm like already ready to bust out the camera. I'm talking.
You gotta do it,
5 videos.
Bro,
a week with this little thing.
Cypher, and his girlfriend have their Life with Aussies channel. They have 3 dogs, and they have a dog channel.
Well, you ever seen T Martin's? Do you know who T Martin is? It's like an OG gaming YouTuber. This guy's uploaded like 8,000 videos on YouTube.
That's how he
every Sunday he does Super Cooper Sundays, and he'll do like this ridiculous presentation to his dog. Like one day he had the dog sitting in the room, and all of a sudden 1,000 tennis balls drop from the ceiling.
Yep.
His dog goes apeshit. It's got like 1 million views. It's like the best performing series on that channel. Super Sundays.
I love shit like that, though.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that crazy? I literally watched the other day like 3 videos of this guy that like his bunny rabbit will be asleep on the ground, and he'll surround it with grapes. He'll place grapes all around his rabbit until the rabbit wakes up and starts eating the grapes. And I watched I feel like it was like a 10-minute video of this.
I want my girlfriend to try that with me. Yeah, that would be awesome.
So now, Tim, do you do any more like formal auditions for like traditional roles in like film and TV still?
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to do more of that. I mean, that was always like the goal for me. So it's like when the opportunities come up, I for sure like will audition, or it's like a lot of like self-tape auditions nowadays.
Holy fuck!
What?
I gotta cut you off because I just realized before I forget. Dude, you were just in the Justin Bieber Drake music video. Bro, I couldn't believe when I saw you in the background there. How did that get set up?
Man, you know what? It's a lot less complicated than what people think. It was literally like King Batch called me up and he was like, yo, what are you doing Thursday? And I was like, chilling, shit, why, what's up? He was like, how'd you feel about being in a Drake video with Justin Bieber? I was like, fine.
You're like, I can clear my schedule.
I was being funny. I was trying to be funny. I was like, I guess, but I was like, oh shit, thanks, you know. And literally, so they told Batch, because you know Batch and Bieber are like really cool. And then the guy that directed the video, Director X, me and Batch actually shot like a random ass commercial with him years ago, and I guess X told Batch to like, hey, just get a group of a diverse group of homies to be Bieber's like entourage in this video, and I'm like the go-to like Asian out here, you know what I'm saying?
Let's hit it.
So Batch hit me up, and then and that was basically it, bro. It was just like, hey man, you free? We need an Asian. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Did you get to kick it with Justin for a while, like shoot the shit? Or?
So here's a funny shit, right? He's first of all, he's a super nice guy. If have you ever met?
I've never met him, but I hear him on the phone with Scooter, who's one of our investors all the time.
Yeah.
It's like if Scooter's with us, he's on the phone at some point. I've heard him,
He's a nice
but
guy.
I've never met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at one point, you know, we're all chilling. I mean, usually like after Bieber got done shooting his scenes, he would go back to whatever like, you know, little area that he had. But then there was one moment at night where it was me and everybody else that was playing the entourage, and we're in like just this living room of this like huge mansion they rented out, and they were setting up for the next shot, and Bieber is just playing the piano that was in the room, and like we're just eating pizza and shit, and then Bieber's just playing the piano and like singing like Boyz II Men songs.
That's tight.
And he's like, and then I was the only one really singing along with him a little bit, but then he's like, all right, guys, what song should I sing that we all know so we can all sing together? And he's playing piano. And I'm like, I looked around, I'm like, this is kind of surreal, bro.
Yeah.
Like, where am I right now?
I don't know why we use that voice. It kind of reminded me of the Michael Jackson voice they used on South Park. No, you're ignorant. That's ignorant. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. All right, sorry. I apologize for cutting you off. I have a bad habit of doing it. So, official productions.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going on live. I try to audition whenever I can, you know, whenever the opportunity presents itself. And I feel like Asian dudes just kind of really started becoming a cool thing to put in things a couple years ago. Like, we kind of have been getting parts now, you know what I'm saying? Ever since Crazy Rich Asians popped off.
I literally thought, that's what I was thinking of. I was literally like, that. I wonder if that is something that inspired that.
It for sure helped. I think it really showed like Hollywood, traditional Hollywood, that like, oh, people will actually pay to see a movie with Asian people not doing kung fu, you know? And so after that, for sure, like more parts started like popping up, or just people really kind of being open to really like diverse casting. Like nowadays, more than anything, because there's such a movement for diversity, it's like it's a good look to just be in a diverse group. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get hit up for more auditions and stuff now, and I'm really just trying to get in there. I'll audition for anything that's not like some stereotypical shit, you know? So my agent will hit me up. She'll be like, hey, I got a part for you. I'll audition for it. You don't have to do any accents. You're not doing no martial arts. I'm like, sweet.
Are there any productions, and not to harp on the negatives, but I'm just curious, is there any productions that you went through auditions for and you were hopeful that you were going to get the part and you find out that you just came up short or didn't end up getting called back, that you're really jaded about, or you're like, fuck, that was my chance?
Man, you know what? It's here's the thing. It's like when you don't get it, they never tell you why. So it's like, I'll never know if I almost got something or not. You literally like, you either get called back or you never hear about it again. You know what I'm saying? Unless your agent really like hits you up and like, or they hit the company up and be like, hey, just wondering how the audition was. They might be like, hey, Tim was great, but we're just going in different directions, something really broad, you know? There's definitely been stuff that I was like hyped about. I'm like, yo, if I got this, it would be sick. And then, you know, I didn't get it. It just happens. You kind of just like, it is what it is, and move on.
Is there like a dream role? Like we've talked about having The Rock on here before, and he replied on Twitter, I still want that to happen, Rock. You're out there watching.
Hey, The Rock. Oh, I can't say what I was going to say.
Yeah, all right, good.
I was going to mention tequila, and then I can't right now.
Oh, whoa, okay. What would be your dream role?
Man, my dream role would be like just a super funny action movie with like, you know, where I'm the star, of course. That's it.
Well, what's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time? Shit, man. I mean, that's a big question.
Pick one of your favorite movies and tell me what role you think you could have pulled off and made the movie better.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna rack your brain, man. Think about it.
Titanic, but I'm Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, shit, okay, right off the top, one of my favorite movies of all time is like Back to the Future. I can watch Back to the Future over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I just watched that like 2 weeks ago. Marty McFly.
For the first time?
No. I've seen it a million times.
Yeah, you know, same. It was like it was like a marathon. I mean, you asked me what part could I play in that movie to make it better?
Yeah.
I feel like any movie that's like I'm saying is my favorite movie, I wouldn't change anything about. But I would kill.
That's a shitty question.
I mean, make me an Asian Marty McFly. I kill that shit though.
Hey, bro.
Just throwing a pair of the Air Mags and let's fucking get it.
I'm all for it. We're having a blast here on the show today. We do have one more great sponsor to read off for.
You're on it today, Jack. Let's go.
Hey, I'm trying to be. I know.
I have a part in this one too.
Good. Well, then here we go. Well, I'll begin. Guys, guess what? The Chipotle Challenger Series is back again this week. This week it's featuring Fortnite on October 1st. You can watch at twitch.tv/Chipotle. The 100 Thieves Fortnite team, Booga, pro athletes, and myself will compete for a $50,000 prize pool and a year's worth of free Chipotle. So don't miss it.
Chipotle also just announced that carne asada is back, and no bullshit. I just had carne asada 2 days in a row. I get my chicken burrito bowl, and then I'll get one carne asada taco just to have a little
film the commercial
differentiation in the meats that I'm consuming. Their carne asada is also grilled in small batches, hand cut into tender slices, and is finished with freshly squeezed lime and hand chopped cilantro. It's available across the U.S. for a limited time, so go order at Chipotle.com or the Chipotle app. I will say, this is not part of the ad read. The Chipotle app changed my life because you would order Chipotle on like Postmates or DoorDash. Sometimes they had Uber Eats, and you never really know when you're going to get it. Whenever I ordered on the Chipotle app, they outsourced to one of the apps, but they put it in priority, I think, of the queue and when it's being delivered. And so I'll order Chipotle, and it'll be there in, I'm not even kidding, 15 minutes. It's awesome.
Damn.
And I get to put my celebrity card in there, so it's free.
Wait,
Damn,
what?
it's lit.
You can put your celebrity card in that.
I've been fucking up then.
Yeah, I just got a brand new one. You can see the
new one.
Instagram post here soon.
That's tight.
Yeah,
We'll keep
been
an
great.
eye out for it.
What was your favorite perk about being on like an official production like Wild 'N Out? What was the best thing that came from it for you think?
Man, well, the best thing that came from being on Wild 'N Out was for me to really have this like validating look, you motherfuckers that said I would never get on TV. I'm on TV, right? Because when I was coming up on YouTube, I always put out there like, look, I'm trying to do entertainment. I'm trying to like rap. I'm trying to do this. And, it was always people that like, you would never get on TV. You'll never like make it off your rap, blah, blah, blah. And the fact that I was on like a rap show, then I could be like, yo, all right, look, I've been saying this was something I wanted to do for so long. And now like, I'm doing some real shit,
Fuck yeah.
And then aside from that, what I loved about shooting Wildin' Out is, we would shoot the whole season in like 3 to 4 weeks, maybe. So a lot of times I would just get to spend a whole month in New York for free.
That's lit.
And I love New York, so it's like, free flight, free hotel, free food, and you're just posted, just having fun for a month in New York, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I miss New York. I lived there for almost 2 years. Did you ever get to have John's of Bleecker Street Pizza?
No.
You got to go back.
That's the best pizza?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay.
Another one that's really popular is Prince Street Pizza.
I've had Prince Street Pizza.
Which is really good.
Yes.
Did you get the pepperoni or
yes,
no?
of course.
Oh,
of course.
good.
Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
You are a sophisticated man. I see that. No. But, dude, New York, the energy there is just, it's inspiring. It gets you going, like, when you're out there. And I also love the Four Seasons, like, the actual, like, that's the differences for New York
the actual weather.
Yeah, the actual
Not
weather,
the
not the
hotel.
Four Seasons
Yeah,
hotel.
yeah.
Might be nice, but I've never stayed there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's fun. It's nice to hear that because I'm from northern New Jersey, so like New York, you can like see it from like the tallest hill in my town. So I always
Word.
grew up right around there, and I do miss it, man.
That was actually one thing that we were talking about before the show. Casey Neistat, who was one of my favorite YouTubers, watched him, and
Yep.
I was actually one of my most embarrassing moments was like trying to introduce myself to Casey Neistat. This was at YouTube Rewind. I sat on set here for like maybe 5-6 hours. I didn't even end up making the final cut.
What?
Yeah, bro. I sat on this production. It wasn't even 5-6 hours. I'm lying. It was 8 hours. And I filmed this whole thing. YouTube Rewind comes out. Didn't even make it in the actual commercial.
Damn.
But Casey Neistat, it's just like he walked in the room and everybody's revolving around him, and it's just like he's got this gravitational pull. And for me at that time, I was daily vlogging, or at least trying to, and I was making videos, and I was taking inspiration from his videos and the way I cut it. And I actually felt like for the first time, I was becoming somewhat of, or even consider myself like a filmmaker, not in the sense of like a traditional short film
Right.
or a real movie, but I
you
was getting
cared
better.
about your-
I cared about my craft, the shots that I was getting, the color grading in my post edit, all this. So I'm like, oh fuck, it's Casey Neistat. I go up to him. I don't even know what the fuck came out of my mouth. I had no confidence, and I was like, "Hey, Casey, big fan." He must have thought I was just somebody working on the production.
Yeah.
And he didn't say a word to me. Bro.
What?
He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Dipped, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, bro."
Really?
It was a shot to my heart. But you know what? He
all
was
resolved
really
now.
busy that day because he
Right.
came late, and everybody needed a million things from him. So I understand those interactions.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I've got Casey like favoriting my tweets. He made a post about our 100 Thieves apparel, which was really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But the original
That was
point
so
I was
hype.
making, I love you, Casey. Big fan. Would love to collaborate in any capacity.
Come on the show.
We should have Casey on the show.
He's LA.
Bro, he's so hard to get on your podcast. He told me he was down like a month. He's such a busy guy.
Yeah. No. Now we're talking.
We're just gonna
shit.
go to his
Now we're
house
talking
actually
shit.
and just bring microphones.
Yeah, too many drone shots, Casey. I know where that's at, bro. I lived in the area for 3 years. No, but he asked Candace, like, what was her least favorite aspect of living in LA? And she said that in New York, when they lived there, it's like everybody felt as if they were in there together. They were in it together, and everybody was just trying to, make the city successful, be successful. And out here in LA, there really is snobbiness. It's something I talked about with like COVID and all the social issues that we have now. It's like in certain parts of the country, and especially in LA, dude, we live in a very rich and affluent neighborhood. When I grew up in the Midwest, if you see a neighbor or somebody you recognize, or even somebody passing down the street, you give them a wave. Every time I wave to somebody, I don't get a wave back. And it's like next door
Really?
neighbors. Bro, no waves. No waves. And that was something when you guys brought up New York.
Maybe they hate us.
I feel like I would love to live in New York for maybe a short period of time. There's things that I like about LA. What is your least favorite and your favorite part about
Let me
being in
tell
LA?
you this, bro, because LA slander gets me going, all right? Because I've been in LA my whole life, all right? And first of all, LA's so wide and big, and my neighbors, the area I've been in for the past 2 years, my neighbors are great. We know each other. Like, I helped my little 87-year-old neighbor change the clock on her microwave. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little community I got right now, right? So I think it really depends on just where you're at because LA is so big, especially if you're living in like an area with a bunch of like rich people. It's like they're not trying to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go to their house and that's it.
Enjoy
right?
their richness.
Enjoy their richness, right?
Damn.
So for me, I'm gonna say this: my least favorite thing about LA is the traffic. That's it.
I actually don't disagree with you. I love LA.
Yeah.
Like besides the taxes, like I love LA, and I always
property
see
tax is ridiculous.
terrible.
Yeah.
Well, property tax, you deal with that. I don't deal with that because I rent.
Oh, it's bro. When you get that house, it's crazy.
I don't even want to think about that.
I'm
so,
moving.
Yeah, we might go to Texas.
Yeah.
Pull a Joe Rogan. No, but I love LA. It took me a year living out here before I finally would like come visit from Chicago, or I would fly to across the country for work, and I come back to LA, and I was living here. The first year I felt like, oh man, this is strange. But after that, whenever I'd see the 10 and the 405, I'm home.
Yes.
So I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole waving to your neighbors thing, I wish I could get a couple waves in our neighborhood. And my lawyer lives there. My dentist lives there. So I know it's good people.
Right.
But they're kind of just in their own worlds, I guess.
Here's the thing about people that come to LA and they will say that LA people are fake, all right? Especially people our age, right? And that's what irritates me the most about the LA slander is that like everybody that comes to LA that's our age is out here for a reason. You feel me? They're out here to try and get on, to pursue some type of acting career, filming career, whatever. So you're not out here to make family friends, okay? You're out here because you want to build your career, you want to further your career, right? And a lot of these people, especially like like quote unquote influencers, right? That move to LA because like something's popping or whatever.
Yeah.
They surround themselves with other people who are pursuing like what they see on Kim Kardashian's Instagram. You feel me? And that's what they want. That's what their goals are, right? So they're at these like very schmoozy, networky events where everybody at these events are there because you're trying to work. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to become best friends with people. You're trying to see like, okay, what can we do for each other? That's the purpose of this. So like when people get mad that like they go to these events hoping someone's gonna further their career and then nothing happens because they haven't done shit yet. It's like, bro, what do you expect to get out of this exchange? Yeah. And then you want to get mad at LA, like at Hollywood, because there's a difference between Hollywood and LA, right? So they want to get mad at Hollywood because their dreams didn't pan out the way they expected it to. So then they want to call everybody that they ran into fake. It's like, bruh, you're at these events working, you know? Like I grew up in LA, so I got peoples out here that have always been down to like help and support. You know, I feel like especially if you're an independent filmmaker like that, there's such a vast, deep community of people who are down to just work, you know? So, you know, I get why people will come here and feel lonely, but sucks, bro. Because like you're not out here to make family friends, you know?
We just had my parents out here this past week, and the last time they came out here was in the middle of April, they came one more time, but then one time they came out here was like one of those transitional months where, you know what, it just like kind of fucking rains in LA it doesn't rain, and then it'll rain like 6 times in 1 week, and you're like, what the hell's going on? It doesn't rain again for a year.
Right. Last
time they were here for a week, that's what happened. And then they come out here this time, and the fires were like, I was in NorCal up in Napa, and the haze and the sky was orange when we left and drove back down, and it was crazy. But you know, I want to hear from your perspective, someone that's been in LA their whole life. I grew up in Jersey, so when I smell that fire smell, it's like someone's got their fireplace on. Right. It's the holidays,
bonfire in the backyard.
Like
with some
wow,
brews.
it releases like positive endorphins for me.
Right.
But now that I've started to live in LA for this, now going into my 3rd year of being in LA across my life, or in California, I'm also now, I was going to tweet one time about like, wow, it smells great outside. But then I realized like people smell that smell in LA that have been here their whole life, and it like sends shivers down their spine.
Right. You know, for me, like I was never close enough to the fires where it affected me like that. I still get a smell of the fires now, and I'm like, oh, it smells like a bonfire on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, it's nice. But I for sure, I mean, it can be scary when you're in those areas. I never really, it does, like, I see the smoke, I'm like, oh shit, I hope everyone's okay.
Yep.
But it doesn't, like, freak me out.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've never felt. It's just tough. It's like when you smell that, you think, oh, people are losing their homes and firefighters are, risking their lives. But it does the smell. I mean, it smells good.
We had the one time in the old
fucking
house
terrible,
where
but
like we just lit candles everywhere. Because I remember one time like the fire smell in our first 100 Thieves house got so bad in LA, and I was like, this is getting really real now.
Yeah,
like,
man, it's awful.
This shit's crazy, bro. So I know, like, whole up and down the coast and the earthquake the other day, bro. I'm still getting used to earthquakes.
How you guys like that?
I wasn't here for it. I was in Cabo.
This is now my 5th or 6th earthquake I felt.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, who's been out here for 5 years, that was only her 2nd. So she runs sprinting out of the bathroom, jumps like up on the bed and like wraps her arms around me like, ah! And I'm like, I felt the 7.0 that happened last year. And after feeling that, I'm like,
You had a 7.0?
yeah, we had a 7.0.
Where
You
was-
don't remember?
Where was it?
Or
Where was like the?
7.0?
We had a 7.0.
7.0 is like
It-
record high.
We can pull up an article of the 7.0 earthquake that happened last year.
Was it
can't we?
7.0, Alex?
Yeah,
Just
remember when
nod
I
your
didn't
head, yes
feel
or
it,
no?
and you were like, Jack, I'll never forget that the rest of my life. You're like, sit on the fucking couch, because I was walking around and I didn't feel like the wakiness of the ground. But yeah, we definitely had a 7.0
It must have been
earthquake.
Shit, 7.1.
Southern California. Wow, what part? Where was the nucleus of that
This
thing?
was July
That was east, but
6, 2019.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay,
east.
Bakersfield.
But we
Oh.
still very much
yeah,
felt
you're right.
it.
People felt it in Vegas, which was crazy.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I love earthquakes, dude.
Really?
Maybe that's just because I'm like, I for me, since I kind of grew up out here. But I can't say it's because of that, because there are people that grew up out here and still get like really
course.
like, shook, literally. But I really, as soon as the earthquake starts, as long as nothing's like flying off the walls, I'm like, oh man, this is dope.
It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's dope, but it's interesting. It's like the crust of the earth is literally like colliding with one another or
Yeah.
like shaving off of each other. So fuck that. All right,
It's just
Tim, we talked about the baby coming. We talked about Wild and Out. We talked about a little bit about Escape the Night, how we met. But I feel like when I walked in here today, I have a hard time really understanding all the things that you do right now.
Okay.
Because you're involved with so many projects, and it's like when we read off this list, but what is the most important to you right now, or what you want to talk about? Like, what are you involved in right now that's really got you excited besides the family channel and having a kid?
Well, yeah, I'm involved with a lot of things. Like, somehow my content really evolved into like the food world, which is dope. I just, because I love food and I love eating, and like, my family had a Thai food restaurant for like 20 years, so I just really like appreciate food. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm doing a handful of food shows. I was doing Basic to Bougie with MTV, and I had a show that I was doing on my YouTube that I sold to Thrillist called Send Foods.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Congrats.
so yeah, super fuck yeah. Because when I was shooting it, it was like, what the show is me and my comedian homie David, we go to different food festivals and like just get drunk and talk shit about the food and stuff. And so I couldn't really afford to take it outside of California. We're just doing LA, San Diego food festivals. So when we sold to Thrillist, then we spent like a good like year and a half just like traveling all over the country, food festivals, eating and drinking. Oh, it was lit. It was amazing.
It's like a Netflix show, rather.
Yeah.
Bro,
it
that's
sounds
nuts.
Oh, dude.
Awesome.
It was great. But, obviously we can't shoot that now because of like the Rona and shit. But yeah, I'm doing the food thing. But what I'm super hyped about right now is I've been like bullshitting on new music. So I'm trying to write new music.
I love that.
And I'm trying to write like a script for like a movie, just like my own like movie script, because like I feel like it's a good time for me to try and do that, especially with like the whole like little Asian wave happening. And also I think that traditional media is really looking towards like new media people for content, but not everybody can necessarily write an act. You know what I'm saying? Like there might be a lot of people with a big number of followers, but not everybody that has a lot of followers can necessarily do
those
things in
things.
that lane.
Yeah.
So just trying to write this script.
I think it's the best thing you can do. And
Yeah.
with the situation we're in right now, because it's still, California's still really locked down. A lot of things are still closed. You're not getting the full experience. Life is far from being back to normal. Like, what a great time to do these things.
Yeah, man.
You're not traveling. You're back home with the family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're gonna have all like you're gonna have the baby in one arm.
Yeah. Just typing with one hand.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be writing a script with the
Typing
other.
with one hand for a different reason now in my life. You know
Yeah, I
what I'm saying?
love that, man.
True. No, that's exactly how you have to do it. And you know what it is too, when you've been doing something for so long, I'm sure you've hit those moments of like mental block of those like creator. You're just like, man,
New medium.
You've been around since the as Matt said, you're one of the OGs that I got a lot of respect for you that you after all these years you're still hustling more than ever and
Thanks,
still coming
man.
up with new stuff. Like I don't even know where I'd begin from if I took streaming away or if I wanted to branch out of streaming. I don't even know what I'd do next. But you kind of find a way.
something to do.
Exactly. You find a way. So it's all about being able to just look into yourself and reinvent yourself, right? Like as you said, you can't even imagine doing food stuff. And like that's like actually what's funny is that's one of the ideas that got planted in my mind a couple months ago. It was like food collaborations, food things. I'm so food in my brand that I just never explored that enough yet. That like that's definitely something I plan to do in this next year for sure.
Do it.
I want to do a mukbang together.
Let's do it, dude.
I want to.
Man, it's crazy how well those do. You know what I'm saying?
People love that shit, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, me and Tim the Tap Man have talked about it before, and we go by Girthquake. We call ourselves
That's
both
lit.
over 200 pounds, and we're like, Tim, if we just like ate food in front of a camera with a guest or just each other, people would watch that.
People love it, man. It's literally just this, but with food.
It's been great to get back in here. It's so nice actually being face to face and chatting with you, and I feel like now I'm 26, 16-year-old Jack in high school. Says thanks for all the great videos, and now today to still be inspiring me, and it's great to have you on. So I want to do a mukbang together. Don't let me forget.
We will.
What's really interesting to me too, after spending brief time with you and knowing Jack for the longest time, I actually feel like all three of us have you're definitely the funnier out of the three. Jack's really funny, but you're funny.
Matt's not that funny.
And I'm not. I know that. But I get one laugh like every 3 months.
Yeah, no, it's a good
great.
ratio.
But I feel like you guys have very similar senses of humor. So I feel like we got to hang out more, collaborate more.
Let's do it. You know, I golf too.
Dude, you messaged me about that like 2 years ago. Have you golfed recently?
Not recently. I'm not. I definitely need
We're gonna get you
I'm
out
rusty.
there. That's fine. Doesn't
Sure.
matter.
Let's do it.
We play with Fwiz. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he's
You don't know Fwiz, but it's a funny joke.
Rusty ain't the word with him.
All right, Tim DeLaGhetto, he's got a baby on the way.
Oh, I actually don't go by DeLaGhetto anymore. I go by my government name, Tim Chantarangsu. I dropped the DeLaGhetto back in April.
Fuck. When I feel like an idiot.
All right, start the pod.
It says it here. Start it over.
Start the podcast over, guys. We're back with a different guest.
Give me the pronunciation one more time.
Chantarangsu.
Chantarangsu. Tim Chantarangsu, the OG. Put some respect on his name. Go check out his family channel. Go check out all his food shows, everything else he's working on. We'll have all the links in the description below. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Leave a like, 5 stars on iTunes. Go watch us anywhere. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your moms, tell your mammies. I don't know. YouTube will see you buzzing later. Goodbye.